And click. What's up, guys? I'm back. Like I was saying about the Humane Society, you know, like the chicken and the pig and stuff, the chickens and the pigs and stuff. Could mean like if someone has a farm, goes out of business, goes under, and they don't know what to do with them, so they just give it to the Humane Society. Also, when I was there, it was there was a big fire up in the mountains, and so the Forest Service rescued like a bunch of animals, and so they have like an off-site thing for them, but they got too many. Well, you know, not too many, but you know, they didn't have enough room for all of them, and so they actually asked us if we could store some of them. And so we had like a bobcat, we had a deer, we had a couple snakes, and we had a vulture for some reason. It's not from the fires, but yeah, we had a vulture, and it was kind of weird. So their heads are actually really gross. Vultures. Nice. Yeah, I really liked working in the Humane Society though, because I really like dogs. I really like bigger dogs, and we had some big dogs. We had 2 mastiffs. Those things slobber. We had a bunch of Akitas, which are kind of like huskies, like bigger huskies. But they're usually like one solid color. Like we had a bunch of white Akitas. Yeah, no. I always forget what they're called. Akitas, white Akitas is like one of the most common ones. We had some Dobermans. It's funny, we actually had a Doberman and a Doberman Pinscher that came from the same family. And the big one's name was, well, the little one's name was Tank and the big one's name was Princess. Which I always thought was funny. You're trying to hide right there, I saw you. And one of my favorite dogs when I was working there, his name was Repo, which is like a great name for, he was a pure Rottweiler actually. So he was like a big dog. And he was like, a lot of people think Doberman, or Rottweilers are really mean and everything, but they're really not. Like every dog likes to play, right? You know, what is this? What? No. Yeah, that was better. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, a lot of people think they're really mean, but they're like every dog likes to play, you know? And Rottweilers just kind of don't know their own strength. I remember one time I was playing with Repo, and I don't know if you know anything about dogs, but they do this thing sometimes called mawing, where it's when dogs like play, you know, it looks like they bite each other, but they really don't. They maw each other because they don't really bite down. Whatever. That's what he was doing. He was doing to my arm. Like he had his mouth on my arm, but he wasn't applying any pressure at all. But a lady saw it and she like freaked out, and she called the like I don't want to call them like janitors because they're not really janitors, but they're like, you know, they watch the. My job there was to socialize the dogs, you know, play with them, and these guys' jobs basically, you know, feed them, wash them, you know, that kind of stuff. And she calls them over, and like 3 of them come running over, and they're like, "Are you okay?" and everything. I'm like, "Calm down, like it's just playing." Yeah, I really liked Repo. But then he actually got adopted by a good family. They owned a farm, and they needed like not a guard dog, but you know, like keep like coyotes and stuff off their property. So you know, he's got a lot of room to run around and stuff, and coyotes to eat. Which reminds me, we actually there was one dog there. Jeez. That looks... I think that's the matriarch. Yep. We had one dog there that was, on the tags, they say, like, they're breeds. Well, they're, like, guest breeds. And on it said Chihuahua German Shepherd mix. I remember thinking that's, like, really weird. And so I like to play with it because, you know, it was kind of cool. Usually I hate Chihuahuas, but it was actually really nice. And so, for like 3 weeks straight it was there. And, you know, almost every day I would go in and socialize it. And one day I'm just coming out of it, and a person comes up. Like, I just closed it, and I was like washing my hands at the station next to it. And the person comes up and put a sticker on that says, like, do not enter, like, beware, don't pet. Like these you put on the dogs that have, like, ripped people's arms off. And I was like, you know, what happened? Like, it's such a nice thing, it would never hurt anybody. He's like, oh, we found it, it's a coyote. It's a coyote pup. And I was like, I really wish I was, like, able to adopt it, because, like, it was still a puppy, so I feel I could have raised it to not be vicious. And, you know, it was really cool. But yeah, I played with a coyote pup. It was kind of cool. I worked there for such a long time. I actually got some special, like, privileges. Like, usually you're not allowed to go in with puppies, but I was, and I was allowed to go in with the bigger dogs, because I kind of became known as the guy, you know, who's, what is this? Let's do this. I was kind of known as the bigger dog guy, you know, because I'm a pretty big guy. But I got a lot of gold from that. Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed working there, but I pretty much only worked there over the summer, and then I had to go back to school because it just wouldn't fit in the schedule. What am I looking for? Oh,
nice work. I see you haven't forgotten how to handle yourself in a fight. Still, this is bad. I didn't think that Tuatha would reach this far. At least not so soon. To the contrary, until you came along, she was destined to rampage across Dalantarth, at least, if you believe Niralim. Go, talk to the tree. I'm sure he'll let you into Issa now. I'll finish off any Tuatha hiding in this den. You can tell the old mossy Lodlos self. I'll be tracking down any other Tuatha that may have come this far west. I'll find you again when the time...
Yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't work out, you know. With school and the job after, because I would go to school from 8 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Because I actually tried to make it work a little bit, because I really loved working there. But yeah, I would work there. I would go for school from 8 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I would go to work from like 3:30, because it was like a half an hour drive. From 3:30 to like 7 o'clock at night, and then would get home and do homework and go like straight to bed, and it just wasn't working out. Cool. What else happened there? Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys know anything about dogs, but if you do, this is gonna be pretty impressive to you, because we actually had this very special breed there, like a very rare, expensive dog. It was actually a Presa Canario, and like that's pretty crazy that someone gave up a Presa Canario. If you don't know what Presa Canario is, it's kind of a Spanish pit bull. It's a pit bull the size of, I want to say, the height of a, no, it's kind of like a Presa Canario. I mean, it's kind of like a pit bull, but the size of like a Labrador. And it's really cool. His name was Taz, and he was kind of old, but he was a really cool dog. He actually got adopted by a dog breeder, so I'm sure his life is doing pretty good right now. Yeah, that was always really cool because that's actually pretty exotic, you know, style of dog. Those are actually brought over here by the conquistadors as war dogs. Oh, yeah, I guess I'll fight this guy. Wait, so where do I go? Oh, to the tree thing. To the great tree. To the great Deku tree, whatever. You can tell when I get excited and start talking loud, I go a lot more because I don't focus on it. Another one of my favorite dogs there, his name was actually Bromeo. And he was actually an ex fighting pit bull, and I was really surprised he was, well, because I had I don't want to keep saying special privileges, but it was like, you know, I was the guy that could go in with the bigger dogs and the less sociable dogs, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, he's an ex-fighting pit bull, and he's actually a really great dog. He actually I don't know if you know anything about fighting pit bulls, but they're just giant dogs. Like, they have giant necks and giant shoulders and everything. And he easily weighed close to 200 pounds. Except he thought he was... Or, wait, no, man.
Nash's brood is at an end. You have destroyed what was written and made a new fate for Dalentarth. Even your darkest ally walks a lighter path. And yet the Tuatha still spread, marching with Prismir and Pain. You have only delayed our doom. You have the power of an immortal, and yet the humility to ask for help. Little one, I envy your grace. You shall carry my blessings with you. You must know this, Quickling. The age is changing. Immortals are passing, and the future belongs to the young races. If there is a future to be had. Go and stand at the heart of the She. There you will find Issa. And perhaps you will find wisdom as well. Only the path of your own choosing. Stand at the heart of the She, and if that path includes the gardens of Issa, I shall allow it. May your path be long.
Cool. Meditate in the Sith. Anyways, Bromeo. He was this giant dog, easy 200 pounds. Just looked like he could rip your face off for looking at you wrong. But he thought he was a lap dog. I remember going in there and sitting down and him coming to sit in my lap and just crushing me. Yeah, he was such a nice dog, and I'd bring chew toys in him. I would bring chew toys in there with him, and he would absolutely eviscerate them. And yeah, he was just a great dog. I really want to get a big dog, but my family doesn't want one. Oh yeah, and I remember another part with Repo. And I'll see if I can upload this video to YouTube. Jesus, what's happening here? Can you stop, bro? Anyways, guys, I'm going to finish up with this next episode because I'm all out of time. So, see you.